Something I found out that is one of the major reasons why a lot of women from Africa still find themselves in a domestic violence situation today is because of what? Religion. Do you know that a lot of people, and I'm speaking this about particularly for Nigerians, I don't know about maybe a lot of other African countries, one of the reasons why a lot of women in Nigeria still stay back in abusive relationship is because of religion. Religion has encouraged, and I use the word encouraged, a lot of women, a lot of victims to stay back. And you know that Nigeria is a multicultural country, and it has there's a lot of religions over there. You have the Christianity, you have the Islam, you have the traditional religion over there. And when you look at all these things, there are a lot of churches established over there than even businesses. You know, there are a lot of mosques and other stuff established there than that. Now, do you know that most of the victims that, you know, I've interacted with say, oh, I'm a choir member in my church, you know, the Bible says this, the Bible says that, you know, I'm gonna pray over it, my pastor is gonna, you know, do this, he's gonna do that. And these people are still suffering from this domestic violence. No, you cannot just sit down and fold your hand and wait until your pastor prays for you, until they get you out of that situation. See, listen, we need to understand that if you are in an abusive relationship, in an abusive marriage, and yes, of course, I believe in miracles, and you keep praying, you keep praying, you keep praying, God is not going to come down from heaven to give you that solution that you are looking for. You have to take an action. You need to take an action, and until you are able to take an action, then you are not going to see changes. Say, for instance, some victims leave their churches. Let's even tag them some celebrities or some musicians. You know, they decide to like move out from these abusive situations. So what's gonna happen? The church is gonna start. It's gonna stop. You know, giving them a contract. It's gonna stop allowing them to perform. It's gonna stop calling them for events or programs. And you know that these are some of the fears. And some people are gonna be like, oh, what will the world think about? What will the church members think about this situation? How will they look at me? What will they perceive about me? Man, you don't need to think about the critics that you are going to have. You need to live. You need to live. And I'm gonna talk this, especially this is a message I'm sending to my brothers out there, brothers. And I'm telling you, if you have a sister, if you have a mother, if you have a wife at home, trust me, value these creatures very well. Respect them, love them, because they are such a blessings in our life. How are you gonna feel when you see another man, you know, beating up your sister, beating up your mother, abusing them? How are you gonna feel? How does that make you feel? Bro, if you are married to a woman, if you have a woman living in your house, you are providing for, whether you are providing for them or you are not, you are giving them whatsoever help it is you are providing for them. Bro, I encourage you guys not to, for one day, lay your hands on these people. There are other ways you can correct people when they make mistakes, but it's not to raise your hand or raise weapons against your fellow, against a lady. Women are very precious and delicate, and you need to understand that the way women think is not the way that we men also think. You need to have that maturity in your mind. You need to have that understanding. Listen, in a situation where, you know, you find yourself maybe due to their acts, I mean, they are gonna aggravate you or make you feel a certain way, the simple thing to do is just walk away. Walk away. Just walk away and go and reset. It doesn't call you for you to lay your hands on any woman or anybody, because think about it, that someone does the same thing to your family or to your sister, mother, daughter. What are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? So guys, let's all say no to domestic violence, okay? Let's say no to domestic violence. I hope you guys will listen to this message, and I hope you guys will hear this message.